Hi everyone, I just wanted to come to you guys with an update today. I am one step closer to getting to schedule my surgery. I got a call the other day from my doctor's office, from my surgeon's office, and he said that my insurance is requiring that I have an EDG, basically an endoscope, to check and make sure that I don't have H. pylori, which is a bacteria that lives in your stomach that makes you more susceptible to having stomach ulcers. So they want you to be rid of that before they have a surgery that majorly affects the size of your stomach, which is completely understandable. So that was scheduled for September 30th. I went in and spoke to my boss, and she wasn't crazy about giving me that day off, afraid of how many people were going to call in, which isn't necessarily fair to me, but I ended up having to change it, and the next time they had available was going to be on the 14th of October. So unfortunately, I have a little less than a month to go before I can go in and have that done. Once that's complete, everything else is good to go, and we will be submitting to insurance. So yay! I'm hoping for end of October, first part of November. They said it really doesn't take very long for my insurance to get back to them usually. So I am super excited. I hate wishing days away but I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the 14th of October to be here anyway. I'm just so excited. I have been completely smoke-free for over 2 weeks. There at the end, I was kind of really hard to just give up that one last one every day, but I finally put them down, so that's excellent. I went and did my nicotine test. Okay, that was negative, so that's good, surgeon approval, because he wouldn't even do my endoscope without me being nicotine free. Like, he won't touch any of his patients, but it's been awesome. I haven't had any bad mood swings, and I've actually felt so much better. And I'll be the first to tell you that I love to smoke cigarettes, but I also know how bad it is for me. And it's amazing being able, I've become like a super clean freak now, because I realize how bad people who smoke smell and how much better things taste, and my breath doesn't stink, and my teeth hold their color all day, and they stay nice and bright and white, and it's just, things are so much better, things I never even knew, because my whole adult teenage life I was a smoker. So had all kinds of realizations in the last couple weeks about how much better my health could be. Been trying to do my low carb diet. Things are going okay there. I'm having this weird moment, and I guess I've heard other people talk about food funerals, and oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to eat this again, so I need to eat it now, and I need to save that till right before I go in, because I know it's going to be months or maybe years before I ever get to taste it again, and that's kind of where I am right now. I'm maintaining my weight. I'm not losing any weight though. Oh, this is a horrible angle, by the way. I'm so sorry. You can see all my double chin. Anyway, I just am so stuck in this mind space, and I'm trying to get out of it, but it's been hard. And the biggest thing that I am sad to give up is my carbonated drinks. I love soda, and I know it's so bad for me, and I drink all of my water. I get all of my water intake in, and I can still fit in soda. And I know once I have surgery, it's going to be a completely different game. It's going to be so hard to get my water in, but I wanted to be really good at it beforehand. So, I mean, I can get 80 to 100 ounces of water in easy, and I enjoy it. I use a lot of flavoring. I'm not a big fan of regular water, and I also like really cold, crisp, fresh water. So that's what I do all day at work, but I also drink a lot of caffeine, which I know is not good, and I really, really need to start working on that before surgery. So here in the next month and a half, that's going to be my main goal, because that's the last goal that I set for myself, is to work on that, because I knew that was going to be the hardest, even more hard than quitting smoking. So that is my goal. And another thing I wanted to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm really looking into getting a Fitbit, because I really need something to motivate me. My phone keeps track of my steps, but there are hundreds of times a day that I'm up doing something and I don't have my phone with me. So I'm not getting an accurate measurement of how many steps I'm taking. Even when, I have 4 dogs, and a lot of times when I take them out, I don't have a way to track my steps because my phone's inside. So I really just like the idea of a Fitbit. I'm looking into the new it's the the Charge HR2. It's the newest one that just came out. But I also don't want to spend $150 on something that's not going to be all that I want it to be. So if anybody has any feedback, if they love it, if they hate it, a lot of my friends really like them. A lot of my friends couldn't stand them and took them back. So, or not couldn't stand them, but didn't feel like they were doing any more for them than they were already doing for themselves. So if anybody can give me feedback or reviews, their personal opinion, that would be great. And I think the only other thing, just hope that everybody is having a good week and ready for the weekend. Here in Missouri, it is cool and rainy, which is my favorite weather. I always say I can move to Seattle and be perfectly happy for the rest of my life. I love cool, rainy weather. And so that's an update here. Nothing too exciting happened this week. It was hellacious at work, which I feel like the last few weeks it has been that way. They keep letting people go and not hiring any new people. So we just get more and more shorthanded, which puts our senior reps and people with seniority into having 3 times as much work to do with no more pay. But anyway, I think that's about it. I also have all of my money saved up for my part of my surgery. So really, we are ready to go. All we have to do is get that endoscope completed, which I'm going to call. I asked if they ever have cancellations, and the little receptionist said that they don't really ever have anyone cancel. I'm going to bug her every week until my surgery week, just to see if I can't get it in sooner. Because if I can, I'm going to. Because I'm impatient. And I don't want to be annoying, but at the same time, I'm impatient. And I've already waited now 7 months for this. And I'm just ready to do this. So that is probably the last thing. Last thing I have to update on. I'm just impatiently waiting. I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll try and film some other videos, maybe do a couple TMI videos to pass the time until it's time to go in for the surgery. And I don't normally do a lot of shout outs just because I don't want to feel like people think that I'm, throwing out names to be cool or trying to name drop anybody, but experiencing Nirvana, if you have not seen her, she is an amazing lady. She has persevered through so many challenges and continues to do so. And she got some bad news from her doctors this week, or not necessarily. Yeah, it was bad news. And if you guys could just, keep her in your thoughts and prayers if you pray, or go over to her channel and show some love for her. She is an amazing woman, and she really deserves all the best in the world. And she could really use some encouragement right now. She got some bad news from her doctor. So definitely go over and check her out. And just also another shrinking, I think it's Shrinking Kimbrels, WLS. She's had a flare up with her, I can't remember what the word is now. I apologize. It's Friday and I am so spacey this afternoon and on the way to see my ponies. But she has colitis, I believe, a colitis flare up, and she's not been feeling very good this week. If you guys could just, you might want to check her out and just, let her know that you're thinking about her and hope that she feels better. And I'm definitely glad that she is doing better. And just remember that we're all in this together, and that we should all hold each other up and support each other. We should never be trying to bring each other down or compete. It's not a competition. It's a team building exercise. We're all in it together. One last thing. I believe it's SMC 2016, Miss Sonia. She's an awesome lady who's getting ready to have her surgery. We're about on the same timeline. She may be ahead of me now, since I've had a little setback. But she had brought up the telling people and not telling people about your surgery, and this is something that I've definitely struggled with. My boss knows, because I told her that I was going to have one day off a month to go to my weigh-ins or schedule around those times. So I ended up having to tell her back in February. And she wanted to know the other day, because she knows we're getting down to the nitty-gritty before I go. I'm out for 2 weeks from work. She wanted to know if I had told anyone. And I said no. And actually the one person I told no longer works with us, so that didn't make a difference anyway. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to tell anybody, because we have some more heavy-set girls, and then we have some skinny girls. And, you always run that risk of somebody being jealous and hateful and stuff. I don't like confrontation at all. It makes me very nervous or uneasy. And so I've really been thinking about, if they ask, I'm going to tell them, but I'm not just going to offer up the information and just kind of see how it goes and play it by ear. My boss, she can be super sweet, and then she can also be a little condescending, or I guess judgmental, or not very happy. But she did start to question more about what kind of surgery I was having and where I was getting it done, and because she's struggled with her weight as well. And there again, maybe advocating for this and showing that it is something that's real and it's obtainable, and maybe she'll want to look into it. Maybe that's something that would really help her. So in a way, it may not always be super easy for us, and maybe that person may not be acting like they're super excited to talk to us about it, or that they're very happy for us, but deep down inside, it's because they're jealous, or not even that they're jealous, that they're curious and not sure how to express it. So we should try and be positive and be proud of what we're doing. And it's not the easy way out, and we're having to work hard, and we've had to go through all of the insurance requirements and all of the pre-op requirements, and those things are not easy. So we should be proud that we are doing this, and that we have picked something and we're working towards that goal, and that we have so much further to go, so many more goals to meet. Be proud of us. Be proud of yourselves. Don't forget to pat yourselves on the back, which I forget to do all the time. It's something I struggle with. I never think to take care of myself, which again is probably why I'm so heavy, because I come last. I always have. That's what my mother taught me, and her mother taught her, and it's been, you know, you take care of your family and the men in your life and the house and the animals, and then you take care of yourself. So I'm not making excuses, just a little bit of background. But anyway, this video is getting very lengthy. I just, don't be afraid to be proud of what you're doing. Even if it's a little nervous, makes you a little nervous, don't be proud of it, because you're doing something that's going to be so good for yourself. And you're doing an amazing job, and don't ever forget that. And don't get down on yourself. Everybody has bad weeks or bad days. Just remember to keep smiling and moving forward, because that's all you can do. And don't forget to take time for yourself, even if it's just an evening or a couple hours. You need that, and that's so good for yourself. And I'm going to try and do the same thing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. You ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful weekend. I'm off to see my ponies and try and get to mess with them before the rain gets in. And have an awesome weekend. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your encouragement and your kind words. And I love you guys to death. Have a great day.